let's do some backtesting or whatever. So coming in here, I already marked out everything. I mean, not really, but see, we are efficient. But no, more efficient pricing is 50%. So as you can see, we pulled all the way up, swept this liquidity, pulled all the way up into expensive pricing, quote unquote premium, whatever you want to say, but more say expensive pricing because it makes more sense. So more expensive pricing, so that means it's more expensive to buy. So we're looking for sales. So that being said, we go down to the weekly. We see we have this obvious buy to sell area right here that we're going to be looking for, and as you can see, we have this huge buildup of liquidity after sweeping out this inducement liquidity into the sell to buy. So obviously we're looking for sales. Now if you're going to ask if we're going to reach up higher, we possibly could, but we should be seeking some liquidity if we want to go higher. So that being said, we are seeking out this liquidity in this month session, whatever you want to say. Now going to the 4 hour, which because we don't need to go to the daily for right now, honestly. We see we obviously, ooh, we actually took out that, but we have this high, and then I don't think we did actually. So as you can see, push down, and now we're just waiting to look for extreme or more expensive pricing to look for a sell. So now we're looking at here. Let's say this right now. We're looking for it to retrace up to the expensive pricing after sweeping out this liquidity. If you're gonna ask from a buy towards that high, who knows? But now as you can see, we have this huge wick, which was obviously a big sell on a little time frame, and then we bought up and closed. So now that becomes a sell to buy, and we can look at here, drag it from the closing, and we have this level right here. It's a lot of OT, but we could definitely be looking for sales within there. And yeah, so now we can continue, drop down to the 1 hour. Drop down to the 1 hour. Probably could get another sell to buy from right here as well. See, that had a reaction after sweeping out liquidity into this buy to sell. Same stuff. So yeah, so now looking at here, knowing that this is probably gonna be liquidity, and then we have this huge buy to sell within here as well. So that could be something, but OTE be more ideal. Then we have this inefficient price action. So so now if we are going to go in here, we should expect build up of liquidity. As you can see, we are manipulating the higher, so we probably can just really knows that. Oh, look at that. Oh, we had to perfect up 50%. Nothing too fishy, right? It's kind of weird. So we manipulate higher, sweeping on this liquidity and see how the reaction off of that. I'm looking for a deeper retracement, so I'm not really. We can continue. I'm looking for the big move. So now, perfect. We are waiting for Asia. So now we are okay. Oh, we did actually tap in. No, we didn't. So like I said, I'm looking for that to be swept. So now we're manipulating it lower, sweeping, possibly give this huge range right here. So 50%. So you could probably like to see some buy reactions from here into there. And then we have this obvious sell to buy part, also an OT. Let's continue on there. Okay, instant reaction. That's an obvious sell to buy within there as well, so that's what we're reacting off of. Alright, now dropping. No, you are already on though. Whatever, we're dropping down to the 1 minute. Let's see, we have all this build up, and that's also huge, whatever. So I don't know if we're gonna get another entry, but now we are more expensive pricing, so we could be seeking something. Then we have this buy. Obvious buy to sell breaker. Bought out between it though. So if you really want, you could put it to right here, and then targeting, like I said, this high. Possibly. I mean, this is just some trial by test. So we didn't hit OT, but we did hit this other buy, and we are in pricing, so it does align. So we should be able to see some more. Let's actually see from this whole range. So I'll say keep it. We shouldn't see this right up, get close below. So for funsies, let's put it at the limit. We should have an obvious reaction off of there though, which will get tagged in. Which in this case we never get tagged in, but obviously we're manipulating higher. I'm about to smack the frick out of this. I'm always about to smack this, Mario. I'm always about to smack this because, oh my goodness, it never. I mean, look at the freaking stuff. So, I mean, if you really want it, you could have just entered. You could have entered right here. Hello. And then target. What the frick I was targeting to begin with, which would have been an easy one for. This would have been one for as well. Is it still valid? It might be. It should be still valid. Okay, never mind. Alright, as you can see, I'm already about to take a break. Already about to take a break. But let's just read. Alright. Get this off my screen. See. I'll build up. What day is it? What day is it? Like, what? That's, I think timing also matters as well. But now I'm merging the pricing, taking out this liquidity. But we are in. It is a Monday, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It is a Monday, and then you could probably look for some PSPs. Don't say that too loud, bro. That was a PSP. Probably could. But so who knows if we're gonna. So this is obvious liquidity, right? We should already keep in mind. Well, this whole thing is liquidity. So always should keep that in mind. Always, right? What speed now? That's fine. So now we can probably just look for whatever. So that's the manipulation. So now come obviously, and now this whole range. Look what we have. Inefficient prices, like we might want to retrace to 50% of the whole range. So now let's look for some cells. Right, have this. That becomes a break. More than likely. And that becomes obvious. No, it's not really obvious, but let's see. This whole thing. Hey, no. Every time I hear that, and I get right up on you and say that. So this can most likely be it's not gonna be too bad, but at the same time, do want to keep this in mind though. So now we are in here at the sweep. So going on, that means we're seeking something. So this. So then we have these quadruples. So it's kind of fishy. So we can just leave that and target the low if we can. Okay, we should have time loss lower, but we can probably just put in OTB. Yeah, we can do that. See if we tap back in. I doubt, because this freaking thing's weird, but let's see. We don't. We do, but I don't like that. I don't like that last manipulation. But we still could get nice reactions actually. Okay, never mind. Now we're out of weird. I say the same thing every single time. Then we have this obvious buy to sell, so we can obviously take off of here, targeting the low. But we can place our if we get 50%, who knows? But if you really in that, you can take it from there into the look at that, perfectly aligned as well. So Let's gonna see. That's a 1 to 2 4. And then more extreme. Beat that. So for funsies, continue for a second. Let's play. So as you get tapped in. Oh. And then we get a close. And look at the close with tweets, have speed and liquidity. Should have reaction because this is a nice area. So boom. Should have a reaction. Bullish reactions, no? Oh, we don't. Alright, well, it's probably because high time frame context, so. But we didn't tab. Alright. And I get right up on you every time I hit it up. When I hit the same thing. But we can, like, this is how real this stuff is. The expensive and more cheaper and expensive pricing. That's how real it is. Now we're more expensive pricing. What can we see? Bullish candles right after that. So don't ask why I'm doing what I'm doing, bro. Cause it's obvious. It's right in front of your face. I said bullish reactions, bullish candles. Doesn't mean it's an uptrend. No. It's just bullish reaction. So that being said, I think I might end the stream. Because obviously I'm getting slapped around. I'm like, oh, we had a reaction. I think this wasn't so good. That's the thing about having tight stop loss. I mean, it can hurt you in the long run. So I'm not in the long run now, but it can. I was pretty confident that, and see, we did have a reaction, so it still went to me. I said having a reaction is already a win. So look at this. Look at this. We hit OTE and a reaction. So that could have been whatever. So, but it's not a loss. So if we would have had it, we would have had it at the 50%. And then yeah, 2 to 3. But it got hit. But I think I'm gonna let my brain marinate on this for sure. I don't want to, cause listen, already putting the 50% into my system is already it's because I'm not just looking at liquidity no more. Like I am looking at liquidity overall, but like I'm also looking at expensive cheap pricing, and I just, you see, like this purpose to this stuff. This purpose. This stuff used to be anticipated already. So obviously we were already looking for a sale because we're in expensive pricing, whatever. What happens when we sweep this liquidity into going into where? OTE on the high time frame. I don't think we never close above that. It's 15 minute. We do. That's cool. But whatever, OTE. And then what do we have? What's the main purpose of doing all this? I mean, what's the big thing you can see? I'll probably say the biggest confluence. Yeah, true. The biggest confluence you can have to, if you're expecting sales, the biggest confluence is that obvious build up. Obvious build up. Look at that. It don't have to be extremely obvious, but have that huge build up after sweeping out liquidity, going into OTE, obviously, and then we're overall and whatever. So let me just show. So I don't know where I'm at right now. Oh yeah, so we're actually look now sweeping out liquidity to whatever. Bearish reactions. Or a lot, we're bullish, but see bearish reactions, and the high stayed protected, and then yeah, no, it didn't stay protected. Okay, now we go whatever. Showing bullish reactions, it's cool. See, we had a huge big push down. It's cool. This push down only lasted to seek out the imbalance, which is greatness. And then now, and then what do we have here? Obvious build up. Coming into this obvious tilt to buy. Hitting more likely to 50%. I'll just buy to sell. Yep, perfectly at the 50%. So I have to go down. So I mean, well, with this, I didn't expect. I mean, who knew if this was gonna hold overall? But the only thing I was expecting is bearish reactions. Once we had more of a bearish reaction than a bullish reaction. So that's it. And then going on the 4 hour. Who knows if this is gonna hold? But obviously, know what day is it? Wednesday. And then we obviously shot down lower. Look at the speed of the sales. Look at the speed of the sales. Look at it. Look at the speed of the sales. There's more momentum and there's more momentum and selling pressure. There's more, obviously more selling pressure than buying. What did I say? Look how we shot down like that. Oh, whatever. So I'm gonna give this a break. I'm gonna let this all marinate in my head. But yeah, going straight down to that, and then after that, what do we have already? I marked it out from the beginning. It was the red level, this level, 255 and 295 level. What do we have in reactions of that? Bullish reactions. Who's not necessarily gonna hold, but bullish reaction, instant bullish reaction, and then bullish reaction to seek out something weird. I don't really know. I mean, seek out OTE. Does it look like it did? Seeked out OTE. Alright, something. Or just buy to sell. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, but. And yeah, so. Let's see. So this held overall. So let me take it back to the recap. Alright, we are in expensive pricing. After being expensive pricing and taking out this liquidity, we should be seeking out some liquidity to either go higher or to continue lower. But that's just the thing. Expensive pricing. Now we're seeking out cheaper price. Seeing also liquidity. And let's see, we swept all that with speed. Tapping into this buy to sell. And then yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I'll end it real quick.